Hello again and welcome back to another episode of Last Week in Football, the show where we take a look back at last week's happenings in the world of football and with a bit of a reaction, a bit of discussion to what's been going on. Once again, all these clips and topics are what I found off of social media over the course of the past week. I just quickly wanted to say thank you so much for the reaction to the last video. I didn't expect to get such good feedback and some thoughts and details from people. They really seemed to like it and gave me some good feedback on what to change for this next video. And also sorry for the late upload, you could call it. I was too busy, I can't lie, having some drinks, chilling in the sun over the Easter weekend. And if you weren't, are you okay? Okay, starting off this week, slightly different to football. Well, it leads into football. This is relating to a news story that broke in the world of golf, a massive story. Of course, Tiger Woods making an amazing comeback after so many years of disappointments and injuries. People thought he was done and over the hill. People thought he'd never win another tournament ever. So Sky Sports News, as they like to engage with the fans, put up a poll saying, is Tiger Woods' victory at the Masters 2019 the greatest sporting comeback of all time? Majority, of course, thought yes. So I was going through looking at people's reactions to it, and this one I found slightly afterwards was a quote tweet from an account that I follow, who is a avid Crystal Palace fan, made a very good point. Santiago Muñez overcame a life of poverty in Los Angeles barrio, an angry father, severe asthma, digs from the sun, and family tragedy to score a goal which secured Newcastle Champions League football with a stunning free kick in the last minute. So no, it isn't. I mean, it's a fair point. It's a very fair point. Of course, relating to the very popular film Goal that I watched about a solid 1,000 times when I was younger, and I'd probably watch it still now if I was given a chance. But relating to all that Muñez has done, not only that, he had to put up with Gavin Harris as a teammate, who's pretty much the love child of a Geordie Shore cast member and Mario Balotelli. But despite all his accolades and his achievements, Santiago isn't perfect either, it has to be said.
Hey Glenn! You know when I played against Fulham?
Breda Hangeland didn't pocket every striker in existence for a couple of seasons for this.
Fulham!
Of course, last week had some massive Champions League fixtures as well, which we'll carry on talking about later in the video, with one Manchester United having to travel to Barcelona, and a Manchester United fan Twitter account tweeted about how Sir Alex Ferguson had travelled with the squad to Barcelona. There's a picture of Sir Alex there looking really well and healthy after his health scare earlier last year, which is really great to see, really glad to see him up and about. And then of course, notorious to Twitter, Johnny Sharples quote tweeting Alexis Sanchez falling even for Alexis Sanchez falling even further down the pecking order. I mean, it's fair to say he hasn't set the world alight since joining United, has Sanchez. It's fair to say he should focus less on his piano playing and more on his footballing skills. I mean, playing the piano, anyone can do that. How hard could it possibly be? Okay, maybe not, but at the same time, it's known that Sanchez is a big lover of animals, especially his two dogs, and he could also say he should focus more on his football training and football skills instead of getting cute set-up photos with his dogs on Instagram. I mean, again, anyone could do that, surely.
Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the here comes the here comes the y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the here comes the here comes the y'all don't really want it like that.
Okay, maybe not again. Now, we move on to the National League, which we have come to learn never fails in providing some truly iconic moments, and this past week gave us another. Okay, so picture this. The score is 1-1 in the last moments of a game between Sutton United and Leyton Orient. The ball is played back to Sutton United goalkeeper Ross Warner, who then does this. I mean, I'm not an expert or a goalkeeper, believe it or not, but I have a hunch that's not the right thing to do in that situation. Just look at him. Just watching back at it, the lad thinks he's in FIFA Street.
Replay.
So long story short, Warner gives away a penalty which Leyton Orient score to win the game, and now Leyton Orient are top of the table, 3 points ahead with 1 game to go. Safe to say Salford City are fuming. So with goalkeeping howlers happening like this at Sutton United, I think it might be fair to say they bring back a certain someone.
Now is the time to get stuck into a pie, safe in the knowledge that whatever happens, he won't be coming on.
Okay, moving on. So, over the past few weeks, a new meme has emerged on the internet that has taken it by storm. One that features this guy. And if you don't know who this guy is, then
You picked the wrong
Video.
fool! Hey!
of course, it's notorious gangster and main character of GTA San Andreas, Carl Johnson, CJ. So the video in question focuses around a particular part of audio that CJ says in the San Andreas story mode. The internet has absolutely loved it. I've seen it everywhere on Twitter. And now the football community has adopted it also and has produced classics such as this. Sitting in the boozer on a Saturday lunchtime.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Every football fan knows this struggle. You just go to the pub with a couple of mates, you have 1 or 2 drinks, and then before you know it, you're betting a fiver on both teams to have 4 corners in the second half. Your pal Connor is picking whether or not every single team in the Football League will score in their respective games, and your mate Fred has a 14-fold accumulator with returns of £76,000.
He who dares wins.
How'd you get on?
I lost.
It's the way of the road. It happens. It's nature. It's nature. But this was not the only example of this meme being used in a footballing sense that I came across this past week. On the 19th of April, after losing 1-0 at home to Sporting Lisbon, moving another big step closer to relegation from Portugal's top division, the Primeira Liga, apparently account of CD Nacional tweeted this. At first, I thought it was a real account and I prayed it was, but sadly it's not. But it's still brilliant.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Unreal. Now, like I mentioned earlier in the video, this past week we had some massive Champions League games, and arguably in amongst them we had one of the greatest Champions League ties of all time. This came about when Manchester City and Tottenham clashed at the Etihad, both battling for a place in the semi-finals of the competition. The game altogether was non-stop excitement as both teams had the advantage and be going backwards and forwards, attacking, defending. It was just non-stop. It hurt to watch almost. And in the last few moments, with Manchester City needing just a goal to go through, in the last few moments, completely nothing left on the clock, this happened.
Aguero with a chance, Sterling with a chance, here's the moment, oh, he's done it! Manchester City right at the death!
Simply unbelievable scenes. City fans and players are going crazy, Spurs are heartbroken, but then this happened.
Chinay Chakir is listening to Massimiliano Irati and it's been disallowed.
They've disallowed it.
It's been disallowed for an offside against Aguero.
I would have been sick. I would have been physically sick if that happened to me and my team. Which is safe to say I won't have to worry about for a while because I can't see Portsmouth playing Champions League football anytime soon. So Spurs went on to win the tie and have earned themselves a spot in the semi-finals. So many people took to Twitter, were just losing their mind completely, just expressing the absolute emotional rollercoaster they'd been put through on their Twitter. Even Spurs striker Harry Kane, who missed the game through injury, took to Twitter to express his excitement and just his pure pride for his teammates and the shift they put in.
Let's go! Come on!
You'll have to see it. But then website Joe got their hands on it and and gave us this masterpiece.
Let's go! Come on!
So it's safe to say when Harry Kane isn't playing Fortnite with Kieran Trippier, Dele Alli and Ninja, that he is binge watching Peppa Pig with his daughter. Now this next clip that I have lined up is originally from a few years back, but I don't know how, I've never seen it before in my life and I came across it this week, so I have to throw it in.
Been injured most of the season, groin problem.
Don't look happy, do they, the Shepherd?
I don't know what my favourite bit is, just the thought process of that fan to do that. Look at that gesture with his arms. Oh, I sure showed him. Yeah, mate, you did. Well done. Or the absolute look of confusion on the other fan's face. And now we look even further north towards Wearside and Sunderland. It would have been my granddad's 100th birthday today. He spent his whole working life at Wearmouth Colliery, where Sunderland AFC Stadium now stands. I'm sure he'd have loved nothing more than to see me wipe out the great-grandson he never met on the pitch on this special day. In the words of your mate who is playing as a deep holding midfielder in pro clubs, he's got to go. I mean, you have to applaud the effort. And even after being the victim of a career-ending challenge, the son still goes for a high 10 and a hug. Kids today are too loyal. They need to learn that there's nothing wrong with a bit of afters. And finally, we have this. Just keeping my confidence high. This was a tweet posted by professional footballer and Orlando Pride forward Sydney LaRue Dwyer. Attached to it was a video, and here's the video.
Come on, get her. Slide tackle.
Oh, come on.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the energy from this video. I've read articles in the past how, of course, Dwyer is pregnant right now, yet she's been appearing at training sessions a few months back. Probably not now still, but she has been. She's been keeping herself active and busy. But the poor kid, he's been spun like a turnstile by his younger brother or sister, who hasn't even been born yet. He got done by a drop of the shoulder from someone in the womb. Career ender. That's it. And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just like last time, I'd love and appreciate any feedback, any constructive criticism or anything you could give me for these videos. Again, it's all just a bit of fun. I really enjoy making them, but of course I'd love for them to be as good as possible. So if you haven't already, please just hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do so, I promise. Like the video if you liked it. That would mean a lot to me as well. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video.